We used to have some good breakfasts and suppers over at the old Holiday Inn place. The Elvis Club used to go there, and they could handle quite a few too. But when they changed over and all that, I don't think they even have a restaurant there now. I don't even know what it's called. It's not a Holiday Inn anymore, I don't think.
Well, let's have a there for that. I thought I read somewhere there's only about one Holiday Inn left in the country now. I don't know.
Yeah, Crazy Gills. We used to go there, and they could handle quite a few. It's the Birch, that place in Ellsworth, Hancock, Ellsworth. I think the White Birches. You know what I'm talking about, Jerry?
Oh yeah, by the golf course, yeah. I never got to that one either.
Well, we're probably going to do some outdoor stuff this summer anyways down the waterfront. So maybe we have a big barbecue lunch down there or something.
Yeah, that's an option.
And I think Everett will bring a whole bunch of lobster rolls.
Oh, he's a nice guy, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We'll have enough for about 40 people. He'll bring lobster rolls, and we'll be all set. I don't hear much from him. Anyone that knows Phil knows he was and is a dreidel. I said that when Denny's was still open, I used to joke with Chuck, AC1BS would come in, and I'd joke about, it's something built onto him. And one day he actually took it. There was like 20 of us in there, and he I felt bad for a few minutes, only for a few minutes, but he paid for the whole group in what he beat. All right, very good.
I had a little eyeball with Andrew. Gail and I were heading down to the island. When was that? A couple of months back. When was that? I can't remember. A couple months back, anyway, maybe a little more. And caught him on the repeater, and we met right perfectly at the information building there on the top side of the eyeball.
Which Andrew? N1 WMR?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I haven't heard him on the net lately. I'm not to rattle his cage.
Yeah, you better.
He's got a little shop in Sullivan there as you're coming through heading my way. It's on the right. A boat shop. I'm going to have to go in there and surprise him one of these days and visit him. Keep him from doing his work.
Sure. Yeah, he mentioned he had a place in Sullivan when we visited there. Yeah. Yeah, you have to visit.
Tonight. So, Jerry, do either of you know how to get in touch with W1ME? Okay, if anyone is, his license runs out in a few days.
Oh, does he have an email address on QSS?
Affirmative, yes.
Oh, somebody better drop him a line.
No, I mean, there's no email. But I saw on QRZ that it was very close. Another couple of weeks.
Oh, wow. Where's he? I can't remember. Standish or somewhere? You know where he is?
I think it's at Fairfield.
Fairfield? I don't think.
That's what the FCC had.
Okay, well, you're right then. I thought he was further south. Okay.
I know I have heard him on here, but not lately.
Yeah, he wants you.
Everyone in 26, A1B, A1QCB, good at KC1AIH, W1VLU, K1PFD, W8SAM, K1BG, K1NI, Kilo 1, Alpha Mike Victor. All right. Anyone else need to sign before I start the net? I guess it's just about that time. That's it. Everyone to maintain no traffic. Yeah, we haven't started the net yet, Al. Okay, I thought you had. Sorry. No, going to right now. This is N1EP, November 1 Echo Papa. Calling the Maine Seagull net. Calling the Maine Seagull net. This net meets Monday through Saturday for the purpose of passing traffic into, out of, and throughout the state of Maine. It is a directed net and affiliated with the National Traffic System. With that, we'll take check-ins first with anyone with traffic, informal traffic only. Come down. K1MIT. KB1TCH. Okay, I got K1NIT. Bill, your traffic? I have one for Jerry. Okay, and Steve, K1TCE? I got a renewal reminder for Oxford. All right, a renewal reminder for Oxford, not one for Fairfield, though. Okay, was there anyone else with traffic?
Double. K1G.
All right, and your traffic, Jerry?
Winslow 1, going to W1 Sierra Kilo.
Okay, all right. Winslow to Joe, W1FK. If Corey doesn't come in, maybe I'll take that. Is there a phone number with it?
No. Just email.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then if there was a phone number, I'd do it. But all right. Well, any others with traffic? With or without traffic? Okay, 118. No traffic. Kilo uniform, 1 uniform, no traffic. Yeah, 1 URL, and I can take the Oxford. KA1SG. K1ZJL, no traffic. W8SAM. W1VLU.
This is W1TGG.
This is KC1AXY.
Kilo 1, Alpha Mike Victor, no traffic. All right, put two doubles there, but here's what I got. I got K21AIH, KU1U. Corey, can you take traffic for W1SK when it comes time? Yes, I can. All right, that's W81URS. K1ESC said he would take Oxford, I believe. KA1SG. W81ZJL, W8SAM, W1VLU, W1 something ended in golf. Was that W1TGG? Okay, got you, Tim. KC1AXY and K1AMV. Probably, excuse me, probably Al was in there somewhere Are you on board with us, Al? N1 MAC? Did N1 MAC check in? Well, I guess not. He probably got buried there. He's going to go get his supper. Any other stations for the Maine Seagull net?
Okay,
One on T10.
W1TGG.
This is KY1C. Okay, we got K2 and IPZ, WM1C, and KY1C. Any others? Okay, let's get some traffic done here. K1NIT, call GUP with your traffic. K1GUP, K1NIT. Yep. Hey, please copy number 2103, routine. This station, K1NIT, check at 13. Carbondale, dated 126. Going to your station. I spell Sierra Golf November report for figure 1/25 X-ray. Station figure 31. Traffic 1, time 44 minutes. And the signature is B.
Thank you, K1GU.
K1NIT. Thank you, gentlemen. K1TCE, give K1ESC a call. I think he said he'd take your traffic.
K1ESC, KB1TC, how do you copy, John? And you have the standard M1I2I text. The only thing different is the expiration date. Over to you.
Yep, copy fine. I have the text, so go ahead.
Okay, please copy number 411. Routine, HX Golf, November 1, India, Quebec, India, 25, Pembroke, Massachusetts, January 27th. Going to Carroll, that's CARROLL, initial whiskey, Parsons, PARSONS. Temperature call, Whiskey 1, Charlie, Whiskey Papa. Initials, Papa Oscar. Box, figures 286. Oxford, Maine. Zip figures 04270. Telephone figures 207 743 8013. And it's the standard text, except the license expires February 11, 2021. And it's Lauren, November 1, India, Quebec, India. How'd you do?
QSL number 411. K1ESC.
Thank you, John. KB1TC, back to net.
Okay, very good. Let's pass this last piece of traffic, then we'll do another call up. K1GUP, call KU1U with your traffic.
Ready, Corey?
Ready to go.
Thanks. Number 123 routine. Kilo Charlie 1, Hotel Oscar. ARL 15, Quincy, Mass. January 24. Go on to the show, and I won't give you the whole thing. W1SK. Break. ARL 47. Figure 1. Mixed group. K9HI, that's Kilo 9 Hotel India, X-ray. Return email confirmed. Delivery. January, figures 19. Lima, X-ray. Figure 73, Mike. Peter, KC1HHO. Yeah.
Roger, number 123.
Thanks for your help. Phil, I got to run for supper. See ya. See you all tomorrow night. K1GUP.
Okay, very good. Thanks, both of you, and have a good supper there, Jerry. This is N1EP with the Maine Seagull net. Looking for more check-ins.
This is W1JMM, George. This is W1BXM. Hi, Phil. No traffic.
All right, we got WA1JMM. George, good to hear you, George. Long time no hear. WA1BXM, any others? And K1GDI. All right, let's go to the top of the list. And, well, first, are there any short timers? I guess I should have asked that. Marion's on deck, but are there any short timers? I shouldn't say Marion, it was actually Bill and a couple others. K1NIT. Bill, come on board and Steve stand by.
K1NIT. Hello, all. 30 degrees here in River City right now, down from 34. We had a little snow last night, a couple inches, and then it's just sort of a flake here and a flake there all the rest of the day today. Good day to stay in and play radio and play with the computer and all that. And my thoughts go out to WA1GMM on his loss. My sincere condolences to you, George. K1NIT.
Yeah, very good, Bill. Yeah, I echo that to George. Lost his wife there a couple weeks ago. So, 30 degrees. It's 32.9 degrees here. So, this is the tropical part of Maine, apparently. Thanks for checking in, Bill. You have a good one. Let's see. Let's go Steve, and then Marion will be on deck. KB1TCE. Comments?
N1EP, KB1TC. How you doing, Phil? Greetings to everybody on the net. Let's see. Well, the snowstorm we had overnight, I think that classed as the second biggest we've had around here for the season. We got maybe 3 inches of snow. I think the big one we got was 5 or 6. So it's melting quickly. Certainly can't say we've had a surplus of snow this year, at least so far. And it's kind of funny, John and I were going back and forth a little bit earlier today on radiograms from N1IQI. And so kind of funny that one popped up just shortly before the net. And that's about it from here. N1EP, KB1TCE.
Yeah, very good, Steve. Well, we only got a dusting here. I was surprised to hear that you got 3 inches. That's a whopping big snowstorm there for this year. You're right. We need more snow, more rain or something, I'll tell you. It's going to be a rough year for the summer for the well if we don't suck it for just like last year. Boy. Very good. KC1AIH. Marion, come on board and Corey stand by.
Now, KC1AIH, yes, we got some snow here, and as far as I'm concerned about the snow up in the mountains and the ski lodges and so forth, may the gods grant them all they can use, because we do need to get the businesses back together again. Now, as far as I'm concerned, as long as it stays off the street and out of my driveway, I don't care whether it snows or not. But hey, otherwise, just knocking about the house and watching the world go by. So I will see everybody tomorrow. KC1AIH.
Yeah, very good, Marion. Well, it definitely is saving us a lot of trouble with shoveling and plowing and all that, that's for sure. Okay, any other check-ins for the Maine Seagull net?
This is K1EQD, so.
This is NT1N. All right, we got Darryl, K1EQD, Bill, NT1N. Welcome aboard. We'll be down here all bit. KU1U. Corey, thanks for taking that traffic for Joe there. And comments from that, Dennis, stand by. This is KU1U. Good afternoon, Phil, everyone on the net. Yeah, I've been chatting with Joe regularly today, and we're working on the virtual ham fest. I just sent an email a little while ago to see if Last Man Standing, this is the final season for Last Man Standing. Wouldn't that be awesome if we could get their crew to do a presentation at the virtual ham fest? That'd be cool. It's a long shot, but hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? Go home. So things are coming along. We're starting to get some material materialized, and we should have some more info very soon. Looking forward to that, March 6th on Saturday. With that, I'll let everyone go so I can go back to cooking suppers. Bowling night, Wednesday's bowling night with Stanley. So everyone have a great day. We'll talk to you later. KU1U back today.
Yeah, very good, Corey. Yeah, that would be something to get Tim Allen or whatever, or anybody from the show. That would be awesome. Did you say the virtual ham fest is targeting March 5th? Is that what you said?
Sierra India X-Ray 6. So that'll be Saturday.
All right, very good. I've had several people asking about that. Both new hands and prospective hands asking about ham fest. So, yeah, very good. I'll, once you get it sorted out, get the links, I'll share the links. So, very good. Thanks, Corey. I appreciate it. WA1URS, Dennis, what have you been up to? Enjoy standby.
In 1EP in the Seagull Net, this is WA1URS. Very good afternoon. You feel good afternoon down the Seagull. Well, not much. Stayed home. We got maybe a quarter of an inch of snow here. Enough to cover the car in the driveway. And most of it's gone now. It's down to 33 degrees now. 76% humidity, and barometer sitting at 30.01. And the wind chill of 28 degrees, so it's not too bad. 5 miles per hour out of the north-northeast, so it wasn't a bad day. I went out and fixed, I have a propane heater, the one that mounts on top of the propane tank, and it wasn't working. You start it, and it would run the minute you release the button, it would shut something off. So I watched the thing on YouTube, and somebody said about wrapping on the automatic shut-off switch that's there in case you tip it over, the tip-over switch. So I wrapped on it lightly a couple of times, and that didn't work. So I took a wooden mallet, a little wooden mallet I had for my RC model airplane hobby, and I wrapped on that, gave that a good wrap, and I heard the ball fall down. So I lit it off, and it stayed running. So I think you should learn on YouTube. But that's about all I did. Yesterday we went down to Stockton Springs. A friend of ours from church that has called Maine, New England. It's Save Addicts New England. That's what the SAME stands for. And the one that started it and owns it was looking for a bedroom set, and my brother-in-law passed away. He had one from a previous marriage that he never used. It was set up sitting in the home down there, and his son decided he didn't want it, so he gave it to us, and we gave it to some people up here that needed one. So that worked out pretty good, and we brought some stuff home that our brother had kept that was from the family and stuff like that. So we had a pretty good trip down to Stockton Springs yesterday afternoon, and it wasn't too bad. We stood outside and talked for a while, and that. So that was my day yesterday and today. So have a good evening. Back to you, Phil. N1EP in the Seagull Net, WA1US Bangor.
Yeah, very good, Dennis. And Yeah, you're right. YouTube, you can find anything on YouTube. That's for sure. That's probably one of the better things of the internet. So, boy, I use it quite a bit. So, including in homeschooling with a granddaughter, a lot of topics for that. So, very good. Let's go to John. Then we'll do another call up and normal be on deck. K1ESD. Thanks for taking that traffic there, John. How have you been?
Feel fine. Good evening, Phil. Good evening, everybody else out there. We got probably around 3 inches of snow, and it just kept having flurries most of the morning, so it was about noon before I really got out. And by that time, the snow was so heavy and such a mess that I managed to get things cleared out, but didn't waste time on trying to do too perfect a job. It'll eventually melt by April, if not before. So that's it. Did a little of the CWT contest, and I can't think of anything else very interesting to say. So with that, good evening all. 73, K1ESC. Take care, Phil.
Yeah, very good, John. Yeah, when it gets real heavy, it's not fun to shovel, that's for sure. But we've been very fortunate so far, depending on what way you look at it. I kind of wish we did have more snow, just so, like I said, for my well for the spring. So other than that, I could do without it. So, do we have any other check-ins for the Maine Seagull net? The N1EP.
N1MA?
I got N1MA and then somebody ending in Z. November 1, Quebec Zulu. Okay, Papa Quebec Zulu. Any others?
This is W1TGG, Waldeboro.
There we go. We got the Emperor of Waldeboro, W1TGG. Any others? Okay, let's get back up the list here. KA1SG. Norm, I understand you're going to be joining the ranks of the net controllers again here soon. Come on board and Hal stand by.
N1EP and the Seagulls from KA1SG. Well, you probably scared somebody off there, Phil. I don't know. Word travels fast. Well, I got this. I got this a desperate plea from Jerry, and so I just felt so bad, and I said, okay, I'll do it. And he's promised me that I'm going to get twice what you're getting. So I just told him to send the check to W1IMD, and they'll go to my dues arrears on the Fraternal Amateur Radio Transmitting Society. But anyway, not much to report here. About 3 inches of snow. Got out and moved that. I've been having issues with my DSL and slowing way down, and I've been after them. And finally, a technician came today, and we did some things and changed, replaced the modem with an upgraded modem, and things are better. And now I have a much better upload speed available to me, but I can't seem to get it through my router. So that's the next trick, is to figure that problem out. Other than that, not too much else to report, I guess. So that's it from here, Phil. Everybody have a good evening. N1EP in the group from KA1SG.
Yeah, very good. Well, it sounds like you're making progress on the internet anyways, but can't get through the router. That's, hopefully you'll work that out here soon. That's for sure. So, very good. WA1ZJL. How are things with Callis and Sam standby? Well, Al fell asleep. I don't want to work. Very good. WA1ZJL, are you there?
Well, I had it fixed. I gave it a good bath to the onset. It seemed to be working real good. Go to push the button just when you think it's taken care of. That's the way it goes. Well, you guys talked about snow. I don't know what that is. At least didn't see I don't think there was a flake down here overnight. Yeah, a little bit here and there, but nothing really ridiculous. Let's see, a cloud one. And, well, I got kind of mixed emotions. I hate to go out and move the stuff, but finally got my tractor running, and, you know, it gives me a chance to crank that up and play with the bucket loader a little bit. Oh, well. I don't know. I haven't really got much dirt to dig in for some up. That's about all I got to do. And sorry to hear about George's loss there. My sincere condolences to him. I don't know how that goes. And let's see, what else? Well, I guess for the most part, it's more of the same here. So, I'll just say good afternoon to everyone on the net. We'll catch everyone again. W1TGG, back to net control.
Yeah, very good, Al. So, thanks for checking in, and got a good signal now that you're keying the transmitter. So, very good. Good, and yeah, like I said, what snow? We haven't hardly got any down this way either. So. That's the way it goes. But now what will happen, of course, this weekend is Winter Field Day. I'm planning on doing it out in the camper, and now we'll get buried with snow, and I won't be able to get out there. So, very good. Well, let's pull go to Sam. Do we have any other check-in? All right, W8SAM, come on aboard, Sam, and Blaine, stand by.
W8SAM. It's 33 degrees and cloudy in Belfast. I briefly saw 37 degrees, but it only lasted about a half an hour. It was mostly 35 all day long. Kind of gloomy. 2 inches of snow this morning here. And I've been for the count and listening. W8SAM, Sam in Belfast.
Yeah, well, you mentioned that, and I just went over and looked at the maximum thing on mine. It was 37.4 was the maximum, the warmest I got here in Millbridge today, and it's down to turn around again, 32.5 now. So, but yeah, very good, Sam. I think we have pretty much usually our temperatures are pretty close. You know, sometimes not, but usually they're pretty close between Belfast and Millbridge. W1PLU, Blaine, what have you been up to? Tim, stand by.
Okay, it's N1EB and the Seagull left from W1PLU. I film all members of the net, 34 degrees right at the moment. South Jefferson. Well, it's just out here cleaning the shop mostly today. Still cleaning up and getting rid of stuff. Eventually I'll get caught up, maybe. It's a difficult job. We had about 3 or 4 inches of snow, enough so my grandson showed up and plowed it and shoveled the deck and did all the shoveling and so forth. It was funny when I retired. I said, there, if it snows, we wake up in the morning and we got a foot of snow, I can just sit here and have my coffee and go out and deal with it when I want to deal with it. Well, now I don't even have to do that. I just look out the window and say, well, Brad will be here in a few minutes, and he comes and does details with it. I can just sit in the house and watch, have a nice clear path to get out here to the shop in the afternoon. So I guess I've gained a little bit in that respect. So that's about it from South Jefferson. Glad to hear everybody's doing okay, and we'll look forward to hearing everybody tomorrow night. And N1EP and the Seagull left from W1PLU.
Yeah, very good, Blaine. Yeah, always nice to have kids and grandkids to come and take care of for you, that's for sure. So, yeah, very good. Thanks for checking in. Got a good signal here in the Millbridge today. W1TGG, come on board, and Luke, stand by. Yeah, very good. You live streaming the net tonight? Yeah, I got to be on my best behavior, I guess. Boy, I wish I had remembered that earlier. Too late. Oh well. KC1AXY, Luke, come on board, and Nick, A&B standby.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's KC1AXY here, Luke in Bangor. We got a temperature of 32 degrees and overcast, and I'd like to say hi to all the Seagullers tonight. It's another good net tonight. Good reception. Just finished up a day of work at the office and looking for a relaxing evening. So that's it from here. KC1AXY, back to net control.
Yeah, very good, Luke. We got a great signal in the Milbers today. That's for sure. So good signal, good audio too. So very good. Thanks for checking in. Dick, K1AMB, come on board and Peter standby.
Good afternoon, everyone. Phil in the net. This is Kilo 1 Alpha Mike Victor in Hillsboro. It's not a bad day. It was warm and so forth here, relatively warm, of course. And we've decided that our feeding ducks has become a real therapy lesson here. We don't need masks. We don't need social distancing. And we can talk to them, and they talk back. So we've learned a lot about ducks. More than I really like sometimes, but we've got a lot. In any event, things are okay in Hillsboro, and 73 is the net. And to you too, Phil, and good evening, everyone.
Yeah, very good, Dick. Well, yeah, that's great. Duck therapy. There you go. Are you considered a duck whisperer?
The answer is, I think so at this point. We've got more. We got 50 ducks. We live right on Broad Cove here at Guilty Harbor on the island, and so we see a lot of it. But it's been fun, and I haven't done this before, and so it's always interesting. But Kathy's had chickens in the past, so we know something about wildlife, but never had this many ducks. Anyway, it's fun.
Yeah, that's a lot of ducks. So very good. You enjoy it, that's for sure. This is N1EP with the Maine Seagull net. Holding no traffic and looking for others to join.
N1IEJ. This is K1YSK. No traffic. This is K1NI.
You got N1IEJ, K1YSK, and K1NI. Any others? Okay, very good. Let's go to Pete. No, we didn't go to Peter yet. K2NIPZ. Peter, I almost kept you. Come on board and Michelle standby.
N1EP and the Seagulls from KC1IPZ, Peter and Thomason. Well, my model of the sardine carrier Pauline is progressing nicely as I'm ready to install the cap rails and declare the bare deck complete. Now I can start on the pilot house, which has a detailed interior as well as exterior. Imagine being able to lift off the roof of the pilot house and see engine controls, a binnacle, and a spoke wheel. Peg and I made quick work of the 3 inches of snow while the shop heated up. KC1IP said that's N1EP 73 Phil, and for Dick, K1AMP, if the ducks start making sense to you, it's time to change your brand.
All right, very good, Peter. And yeah, that sounds like quite a project with that the Pauline, I think you called it, and everything. And yeah, very good. And you know, when you said you made the quick action on the snow while the house warmed up. You know, you warmed up too. That's one thing when you're out there shoveling snow. You warm up, then you go in and you have to turn the heat down because it's too hot. So very good. WM1C, Michelle, come on board, and Paul standby.
Good evening, Phil, and everybody else.
Well, it has been snowing here in Monmouth all day. It hasn't really let up around noontime a little bit. And W1TGG went out and snowblowed and cleaned up everything. We thought that was going to be the end of it. But nope, it kept snowing. We got probably about 4 inches. It's compacted down a little bit now, but it's actually still snowing right now, and the driveway's covered again. Not very much, just enough to make it white again. Hopefully it'll stop at some point, but it's been snowing all day. It's kind of crazy. Spent this morning making some bread. Started on making some homemade coffee ice cream that I'll put through the ice cream maker thing tomorrow morning after it chills overnight. And that's about it, I guess. Hope everybody's having a good evening, and back to you, Phil, WM1C.
Yeah, very good, Michelle. Well, at least somebody's getting a winter. 4 inches of snow and maybe some more. And that coffee ice cream sounds delicious, but that'll make it even colder to go along with the snow there. That's my favorite flavor of ice cream with coffee. So very good. And that bread, homemade bread, sounds good too. So thanks for checking in, Michelle. You take care. KY1C, come on board. George, stand by.
And 1EP in the net, this is KY1C. Well, good evening, Phil, and good evening, everybody else. Down here at Sunny Wells, where it's fully overcast. We got, I woke up to about, 3/4 of an inch of snow on the ground, and my decks were covered, and all that stuff. And then by noontime, 1 o'clock, the fields were all clear again, the decks were all clear, and the shed roof outside my window here was all clear. And I said, well, that's the end of that. Well, like Michelle and Bill up there, about an hour or so ago, it started snowing again. And I've got another little dusting here on my shed roof. And, it's not showing up too much in the fields yet, but it will. So anyway, we got 2 snowstorms today, and both of them covered the ground. And the first one melted, and I hope the second one does too. It doesn't look like that's going to hold for next week. I just heard them say they're talking about the potential for a nor'easter early next week, but we'll see. But other than that, it's pretty boring around here. I hope everybody's having more fun. Take care, guys. Back to you, Phil. KY1C, clear.
Yeah, very good, Paul. And you said 2 snowstorms. A 1/4 inch of snow is a snowstorm now? I don't know if I... But, yeah, the nor'easter, coming sometime next week. Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on the news and the weather and see how that progresses. But very good. Thanks for checking in, Paul. You have a good one. Let's do another call, and then we'll go to George at JMM. This is N1EP with the Maine Seagull net. Any other check-in?
K1TXW and recheck N1MHC.
Okay, I got a K1 something and then N1MHC. The K1 station, the XW, can you repeat the call?
Kilo 1, Charlie, X-ray whiskey.
Okay, X-ray whiskey. Okay, very good. And we got Al down there, yeah. WA1JMM, George, come on board, and Dave, stand by.
N1EP, WA1JMM. How's my signal? I'm not sure if this antenna is working right or not.
Yeah, you're about 5 or 10 over here, George.
Oh, okay, good. It is 30 degrees here, overcast, and looking pretty dark out there. No wind. Let's see. I wanted to remind everyone tonight at 18:30 we have our 440 PARC net, or pre-net net we call it, and there's also an echo link. If you look up echo link K1PQ, if you can't hit the 440, you can check in with echo link. And also at 1900, we have the regular PARC net on 147.105. I'd like to thank all those people that contacted me with condolences about losing my wife January 10th. She started out with cognitive impairment about 8 years ago, and it progressed into Alzheimer's, and I guess most people know there's no cure. So, and we kept her home for the whole time to the end. Thank God for my daughter-in-law nurse who kept her comfortable to the end. And the hospice nurse that was here that night said, she said, "You're not going to like what I'm going to say, but it was pretty much a blessing in disguise, because that could have carried on for much longer." We were married 48 years. We have 3 sons and 5 grandkids. We had a wonderful time together, and I miss her a lot. And I also, thanks to Dennis's daughter, took care of Karen for quite a while earlier on. So if Dennis has a chance to talk to his daughter, let her know that we were happy that she was able to take care of Karen. We got about maybe a half an inch to an inch of snow here. Not much, thank goodness. Getting sick of it. Trying to see if anything else I have on my notes here. I guess that's it. So anyway, thanks again, everyone. I have a kitchen table, dining room table full of cards, and probably more than 200 contacts on Facebook, and lots of family support and friend support, and we're dealing with it, but you know how that goes for those who have lost your wife. 7-3, K1EP, N1EP, and Seagull net, WA1JMM.
Yeah, WA1JMM, N1EP. Yeah, very good, George. And yeah, again, I'm very sorry for your loss of Karen, but it sounds like you got a lot of support, that's for sure. And it's good to see you and her, left behind kids and grandkids, and something I'm sure she was quite proud of, that's for sure. So very good. Thanks for checking in, George. You take care, and check in whenever you get a chance. We'll catch you later. WA1BXM, Dave, come on board, and the other George, stand by.
Yeah, N1EP and the Seagull net from WA1BXM. Good evening, Phil. Good evening to everyone on frequency. Well, 34 degrees here in southern New Hampshire. It's overcast now, but we did have a fair amount of sun during the day, and that was a nice little snowstorm. We got about 5 inches. Debating whether or not to bother to plow, but then it's going to turn so cold this weekend if I didn't plow. It would be solid. It would be there for the rest of the winter. So I plowed, and I also snowblowed, but it was light and fluffy and sunny and not cold and no wind. So that's as good as it gets. So N1EP, WA1BXM.
Yeah, very good, Dave. And isn't that funny how, like somebody else was saying that it was very heavy snow. And just a little ways away, you in New Hampshire, you got real white, fluffy, light stuff. So it's amazing how the characteristics of the snow can differ just over a few miles, I guess. So, very good. Thanks for checking in. K1TGI. George, come on board. Daryl, stand by.
Easy to all, K1TGI. Well, we had a few inches of snow in the south listing there, according to the weather unit. That snow quite will end at 9 p.m. tonight, so it will end. At least when you wake up tomorrow, it won't be snowing, so just pass that along. My daughter broke up with her boyfriend who used to plow my driveway. I told her to try to hold off maybe until my bond, but she said no. She said that's it. She said it's over. I said okay. So I have to go to my driveway now, so I should be a little more considerate of her dad, but that's okay. I would want her to, stay with the guy just to have my driveway plowed. And some good things. Seriously, I caught the top in my snowblower again, and I caught it before it did a half a turn. I stopped it, and the auger only had a half a turn of top on it, and I was able to just grab it and unwind it. So that was so things looked good. And the other not good things is I have a new cell phone. I was playing with the phone, and in the last day, I managed to call my daughter-in-law at 2 a.m. in the morning. Accidentally called my nephew at midnight, and today I had a visit from the police because I had dialed 911. So, but I'll bet you I'll figure it out. K1TGG, back to that.
Yeah, very good, George. Yeah, Roger that. Your daughter broke off with a boyfriend, and boy, you think you'd still come and plow the driveway anyways, and yeah, figuring out. Well, we've accidentally, Brenda's actually dialed 911 before where there's certain buttons on their cell phone. If you hit it, it'll automatically dial 911. They just call you back. They never come and say this before, but they did call us back. And as a matter of fact, I also Brenda was driving, and I was in the seat next to her, and I got a text also with a ham radio friend of mine that's a dispatcher was laughing, saying he heard everything. He was also a dispatcher at the regional call center there. So very good. Thanks for checking in, George. Any other check-ins for the Seagull net?
W2QF.
All right, W2QF will be down in just a little bit. Not too many ahead of you. K1EQD, Daryl, come on board, and Bill, stand by.
N1EP, K1EQD. Good afternoon, everyone. We got not enough snow to track one of my kitties here. And they've gone out a little bit. So they get up about 32, and I'm around 30 now. And the big fella, he just jumped down off my lap. He cut that out. I don't know what you want. Anyway, I want to pass my snow with Mr. George down in Brownville. I went through that a year and a half ago in Vegas. But it's just such a shock to perfectly functioning person with a bad sounding heart valve. She goes up the hill there. Never did confer with her doctor. I wish I had. She just wanted to do it on her own. And, well, they screwed up. I'll tell you, they did. The valve never worked when they put it in there. They tried. They kept it going for a week with these little pumps. And I had to ship it to Portland to try to keep her going there. But my suggestion is to you guys have to have any heart surgery, like go right by Bangor, Northern Lights, and go to Portland. If not Boston, if you go to Boston, even better. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell he was doing there. He was way overweight anyway. He shouldn't have been even a candidate for that. And I'm still very bitter, and I'm still wanting to be hell with her law. And everything in the house reminds me of her here. I probably should have moved away. She had so many crafts she was doing and paintings. She was a good artist. Anyway, let's see. Grandson, the oldest grandson, he's 30 now, 29. And he came at his own time. To visit me a little bit more than he was when he first got his new job. He's a conductor on the East Maine Railroad, and it's a high-paid job, but it's dangerous. I worry all the time. And he had a pizza, so I had a piece of pizza with him. And the youngest grandson dropped some fresh milk off here. I'm pretty well quarantined here. I stayed in. I've been down with the store for over a month, and my daughter's been doing all the shopping. She just got her first shot there a couple weeks ago. Valley Health Center got me signed up for when the stuff comes in, and they get to us old timers. And let's see, he's got a different job. I'm glad he was a millwright over at Louisiana Pacific, and my God, he come in here. He looked like he rolled cold in or something all day. And I know I worked with him not a year and a half, and had my belly full on the Great Northern. And he worked for a while running a crane, and he run anything he looks at. And now he's running a 950 front end loader. So with a nice heater in it, and that's a hell of a lot better than climbing up ladders outdoors on something 20 below. Oh, there's no danger of that anymore. God, we're getting near zero here. We've got maybe 2.5 inches of snow with a crust over it, and bare ground everywhere. My son on all clouds there. And we had probably 4.5, 2 feet last year this time. So I don't know, it's in place. It's global warming. I'll take more of it. And we're going to need it because when fuel oil gets to $5 or $6 a gallon due to no fracking and all that stuff, shut down the pipeline. That be aware of that big pipeline they're working on. 18,000 unemployed. Anyway, everything's going to come out in the end there. My oldest grandson, he rents his pickup. He just picked up a brand new one, big Dodge, down at Quirk. And it's got a display that I think it's bigger than the one we had on our first TV here in 1954. So, there's a good long transmission there, Phil. I know those small things I was going to say, but I just love to know this. N1EQD.
Yeah, very good, Darryl. Yeah, it's amazing the technology on the dashboards they have on these new cars and trucks and everything, and some of the displays and everything. I've got one of the, display in my car too. Probably not as big as what you're talking about in his truck there, but yeah, they do all kinds of stuff. They have Bluetooth, they have everything, Wi-Fi, and it's amazing. It's come a long way. So very good. Let's see. Before we go to Bill, any other check-ins? NT1N, what have you been up to? An N1MA standby.
Okay, good evening, Phil, and all who checked into the net tonight. And those who are listening who haven't checked in, come on in if you can. N1AP in the Seagull net, NT1N, Dylan Winthrop, where it's currently 31 degrees here, down from about a high of about 33 today. Barometer's at 30.04 and trending upward a bit. We woke up to about 3 inches of snow this morning, and it snowed all day, as Michelle reported over next door there in Monmouth, and we wound up with another half to an inch accumulation during the day here. So I plowed after about 10 o'clock this morning, and we get some more, whitened up the driveway again. So anyway, not much though. Let's see. Good signals tonight, and my sincerest condolences to George W1TGG on the loss of his XYL cannon there. Sorry to hear that, and also sorry to hear that Carol's still mourning Mavis, and sorry to hear what happened to her. I wasn't aware of that, but I concur. If you do have anything to do with your heart problems, go at least as far as Portland, and if not, if you can, go further south. I know that from personal experience. So anyway, that's it from here. 7-3 all around from NT1N. Over.
Yeah, very good, Bill. Yeah, that is probably good advice, that's for sure. So, yeah. Unfortunately, that's one of the things about living in rural Maine and out in the boonies. That's for sure. You got to go quite a ways to get, if you want really good health care. For the most part, that's not true in every case, of course. So, very good. N1MA, come on board. Remind me of your name. I've forgotten your name. I should remember by now. But come on board and Pete Suzette standby.
Hi, Phil, and everybody else in the Seagull net. N1MA, Mike, in Pittsburgh. And we finally got our ground covered a little snow today, a couple inches of wet, sloppy snow. snow blower got the first run in a month or so. And the first shift in a couple of years. Condolences to those who've lost their wives. It's got to be so hard. And less condolences to George for losing a son-in-law in Cows's driveway. YouTube. Somebody mentioned that YouTube was handy, and I use that for everything from ham radio to particle physics. It's just fun learning stuff on there. Last night I learned about passwords, where a guy took a file of encrypted passwords as you might download from some place you hacked them from. And so these were all encrypted, 6,000 passwords, and over about 15 minutes of discussing passwords, he managed to expose about 3,500 of them. So now I'm all scared about my passwords. So hope everybody has a good day, and hope that if we get a nor'easter next week, it's not too bad. I'm back to that N1MP, EP, N1MA.
Yeah, N1MA, N1EP, very good, Mike. Yeah, it is amazing how fast some of these folks can hack it and stuff, and how little security there really is. But probably if it's super important, I wouldn't put it on the internet. I don't even like. I know Brenda does online banking. I don't like to do that. But anything else, like the password to my email or my ham radio or whatever, well, they hack into it. It's not the world's not going to come to an end. But certainly wouldn't want to get into my bank account or get my PayPal account and run up the $1,000 a bill. That's for sure. All right, N1PQZ, come on board and Russ stand by. N1PQZ, I think Greg, your turn.
KYG, comment.
Go ahead, George.
Yeah, it's KY1T still there, Paul?
Paul, you still there? KY1T, you still with us? Okay, let's check out.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay, let's go to Russ. WA1JFX. Come on board and Al is stand by.
N1EP in the Maine Seagull net. WA1JFX, roll the ball. Good evening, Phil. All on board the Maine Seagull net. Good signal. Conditions good tonight. Yeah, first off, I want to say my condolences as well to John J.M.M. on the loss of his beloved Karen. I think that's the more you talk about it, and I'm sure this is not the first time to express loss, but I think the best thing to do is to talk and let it out and to share it. And I know I did when I lost my life. I even shared it with my wife on the radio here, and boy, I had a lot of support. I was really grateful for that. So I think this is an appropriate forum just to say. And shifting gears here, little snow and mold our day, both same damn 4 or 5 inches. It turned wet after a while. It was dry last night, then this morning I see it dropped off trees, must have been a little moisture. And to all of you folks in the traffic world and emergency communications, Phil, I think you're part of it, and different ones. Just reading on the internet here that Department of Homeland Security uses federal alert systems for the first time in a year to warn of domestic terrorist threats. So I was just wondering, I know I've been privy to in some of these local EMA meetings we've had. I just don't know how intertwined we are with that system. So I'd be curious to know the hierarchy, and maybe this is something for Steve, TCE, in how intertwined we are with that. We don't reach that threshold, but probably goes to law enforcement first. But I know we're in terms of the hierarchy of public service, we're in that order somewhere. So that's just a query and something to think about. If somebody could get back to me, I don't want to take time on this because it's kind of a
talk about, but I was just curious. I just wanted curious if we were in that loop. And on the lighter side of things, I've got a turkey pot pie that's cooling off. It's got pie crust up bottom and top, corn and peas and carrots and turkey and some cornstarch, gravy and chicken broth, and it's cooling off up here. It's looking pretty good. I think Holland, that was one of his favorites on it. Hi. Back to you, Phil. N1EP, W1JFX.
Yeah, W1JFX, N1EP. Very good, Russ. I love turkey pot pie myself, that's for sure. And chicken pot pie, too. So, yeah, as far as the EMA, and, we're not in a direct, chain type thing, but the EMA, FEMA, and all that, they're, they could be one of our served agencies, is what we call it. And we would, so if they need our help, they would contact us and would come down that way. And the old races was actually part of the, like the state, as far as with the state, the old races, that was more involved with the government. But, we do have a served agency, so if they, if they needed our help, then, we would help them out. And we have stuff that comes down from them, if it's applicable to us. But as far as the direct thing, I don't see, and maybe if Steve is, or Bob didn't check in today, N1WJL, the new section manager, but maybe somebody else has a comment. Anybody else have a comment on that? I guess not. So maybe that's something that, talk about on the Sunday net. There, the Sunday afternoon net at 16:30, the Maine Emergency Communications net, maybe coming up, and somebody would be helpful there, Russ. N1IEJ, Alan, come on board, and YSK on standby.
Okay, very good. So, yeah, N1IEJ, Alan in Waldoboro. Well, I held my comment till now because I was checking in, but we got the 4 inches of snow, and it mattered whether you went out early or later. After the mercury went above freezing, then it got heavier. But I'm going to do the Missouri thing. It came, nature brought it, nature's taking it away. Actually, Judy went out and pushed the snow off the decks and the steps, and that's about it. I drove up and down the driveway, and I've got marks, and it shrunk. And I got to tell you, used to be, I had a real problem calling anything under 1.5 foot of snow a storm. I mean, you just get snow. You get these snow events, 4 inches of snow, no way is that a storm. I may have to lower my standards since we don't get much snow anymore, but heck, if you didn't get 1.5 foot, 2 feet, that wasn't a storm, that was just winter, just snow. And we used to get it pretty regularly. I've always lived in the snow area, but, we get a lot less nowadays than I ever experienced in the rest of my life. But anyway, and let's see, yesterday, I didn't make the net because we were off doing antenna projects and I got home late. But, my answer to the ducks. This summer, I had a chicken show up, and I asked everybody anywhere nearby and who they knew if they'd lost the chicken, but this chicken showed up and must have stayed around here for 5 weeks. I never fed. I put water out. I shouldn't say I didn't feed, because every time I went out and scratched in the garden, dug weeds, that thing would show up right there, right next to my elbow, waiting for me. And they'd be in there scratching, getting whatever insects or all the goodies it could get. But that thing turned out to be my friend. That was my social event for about 5 weeks this summer. It roosted in the tree right out here. It gets short dusk, and there it go, up in the tree. Anywho, I don't know. I was going to make another comment, but about the EMA. There is an EMA presence here in Lincoln County and other surrounding counties. Casey, the EMA director in Lincoln County, he's active, and I do get these. I got that alert today. Get the occasional alerts or awareness things in an email. So they got an ear to the rail. It's
It's not like we live in, or Chicago or Minneapolis or any of these trouble places. Or Washington State, places like that. We don't live there. We live in a place that has a little bit calmer attitude towards things that people don't agree with. So anyway, that's it. I guess that's enough said here. But 7-3 all N1IEJ. Yeah, very good, Alan. And I agree with you. The bar has been lowered on what a storm is. Seems to have been. But I also agree with you. Nature brought it. Let nature take it away to a point. Gotta, like you say, clear the steps, make sure the driveway's salted and all that kind of stuff. But other than that, do as little of it as possible as we can ourselves. So, excuse me, got a little cough here. My COVID cough. No, just kidding. K1YSK, Scott, come on board, and Ernie, stand by.
Okay, thanks, Phil. N1ET and the Seagull net. This is K1YSK in the Buckfield Highlands. I just woke up from a pretty sound nap here, I guess. I don't know how long I've been out, but probably shortly after I checked in a little bit earlier. So I haven't really caught a lot of what's being discussed in the net tonight. I'll concur with what Alan was just saying. Having grown up in Maine many years ago, we never even considered a snow event to be worth talking about if it was under 6 inches. And certainly nobody canceled an event, or I remember we would always go to school with a 6-inch storm. It didn't really matter much until you got up around a foot or so before people began to talk about canceling events. But so things were different, I guess, in those days. And the temperatures that Daryl mentioned, do I remember listening to Daryl? I kind of thought I heard Daryl say something about maybe I haven't been asleep as long as I thought. Anyway, I'm a little bit foggy here, I guess. But it started snowing here last night at about 10 o'clock. And it may have stopped at some point during the night, but it was snowing when I got up this morning. And it has did snow off and on throughout the day. And I would say there's about 4 inches of pretty light, fluffy stuff out there right now. Not worth going out and doing much about at this point. But if there's something more significant coming in next week, I guess it's about time to put the chains on the tractor and be a little bit better prepared than I have been. So I guess that's about it from this end. I spent the day parked behind my laptop, which is probably why I fell asleep a little bit earlier. That stuff is, after several hours of that sort of thing, it kind of makes you loopy. Back to you, Phil. Thanks for running the net tonight. Good to hear everybody on. Everyone have a pleasant evening, and be careful out there shoveling snow. This is K1YSK.
Yeah, very good, Scott. Well, thanks for checking in, that's for sure. And, also pay attention to the weather report now that somebody's mentioned about a nor'easter possibly next week. So we'll keep an eye on that one. So, very good. K1NI. Ernie, come on aboard, and K1CXW, stand by.
Okay, good evening, Phil. It's sounding good. Everyone's coming through fine here tonight. It was, we had, 3 or 4 inches of snow, and that was a big project to clear the roads and clear the drives, and of course I ran into problems. Ended up getting a stone in the blades of my snowblower, and broke the shear pins, and took a while to recover from that, especially get the stone out. It was jammed in tight, but finally managed it. And ended up going to a hilltop here in the county where we installed an antenna for the county. And so I went down there this afternoon to do some antenna measurements just to check out the antenna. It turned out it's in good shape, so they're all set to go anyways. My condolences for the losses of those net members who spoke about that. And Scott, YSK, I was reminded my wife last night after we talked about a common friend, Jeremy, that he probably doesn't know me by my given name. So when you run across him, he might not know those names. He only knows me by my hippie name. All right. I guess that's it. Good evening, everyone. K1 and I, back to you, Bill.
Yeah, very good, Ernie. So, thanks for checking in. And yeah, the snowblower stuff. I've heard a lot of people having trouble with that. Doing that. I've never had a snowblower, so I have a little. If we have a significant amount of snow, we hire somebody to come plow the driveway. But I have a little one of those little blades for one of the riding lawnmower thing, and that'll handle a little bit of snow as long as it's not real heavy or too many inches. So that's what I use. So very good. This is N1EP with the Maine Seagull net. Looking for more check-in. I got a quick query on snow for the net. Yeah, make it really quick, Russ, because I got a few more people I got to get here, and then I got to get to supper. Yeah, I just wondered. You go ahead. Yeah, but I was Ernie and Al. I just wondered how many of us on the net here walked to school in snow back in the 50s, 60s, maybe some of us in the 40s. So maybe after the net, somebody can pick that up as something to talk about. But I was just thinking, it's quite a topic right there in itself. When we think about 6 inches of snow or a foot of snow, and back then they didn't call school off. Back to net control, thanks. Yeah, very good, Russ. Yeah, I used to walk to school back before school was snow. Yeah, never took the bus. Never took the school bus in my life. So, very good. K1CSW, Lawrence, Larry, I think, and then Al standby.
Yes, N1EP in the net. This is K1CXW Lonnie. Lonnie's the name. I'm in Berwick, Maine, where it's a balmy 34 degrees. And first and foremost, of course, condolences to George, WA1GMM, on the loss of your bride. You know, we're all a bunch of talkers here, but sometimes there just aren't enough words. So please accept my condolences. And I walked to school in the snow in the 70s. I lived about a mile and a half from Casco Junior High and had to walk down Maybury Hill every day. And although sometimes my dad, who formerly helped with call sign K1CW, he'd take pity and give me a ride down. But we had a bit of snow down here in Berwick today, just about enough as Hitch used to say, just about enough to track him out. And so I went out earlier and shoveled it. Wasn't enough to power up the snowblower at all. So, and I'm hoping for more snow. If you're wondering why we haven't gotten any snow up to this point, it's because the XYL and I broke down this year. We decided we were going to buy a snowmobile. And, it's a nice one, and it's sitting out there beside the garage, unused. So, let's hope the rumors of a nor'easter materialize. Now, with that, I'll send it back to net. N1EP, this is K1CXW.
Yeah, very good, K1CSW, N1EP. And so now we know who to blame for the little bit of snow. But got that snowmobile, and now you can't use it. It's not always the case. So, thanks. Did you say is it Lonnie?
Yeah, that's correct, Lonnie.
Okay, try to remember that. So, thanks for checking in, Lonnie. N1MAC, Al, come on board, and Henry, stand by.
Okay, Phil. Boy, it's a long net tonight. Sorry I had to check in twice. I got called over to go to the store to look at a Renai heater that our neighbor put in, and they wanted to show it to me, so I had to go back there. Well, the only snow story I have is that we had kids going to school at Holy Cross in Lewiston back in 1960, and we got two 130-inch storms and a 36-inch storm within 3 days of each other. So the only way they moved the snow off East Avenue was the city had a Michigan 35, Model 35 Michigan, and they
Avenue, they went into all the driveways and plowed us out so our kids could go to school. So we don't see snow like that anymore. That's all I have to offer, Phil. N1MHC, over.
Yeah, very good, Al. Yeah, we used to walk to school and back in snowstorms, but I didn't live that far. Both places that we lived when I was school age went both. Let's see. Well, the last one was a little bit further, but the first couple places was only probably 2 or 3 city block type things, less than a half mile. The last place, though, was a little bit further, but then again, I was getting up towards in high school and all that, and able to get around a little bit more by that time, anyways. And as far as I didn't hear you check in. I mean, before the net you did, but the net controllers have been told we can't take check-ins before we start the net. We can't do that. I guess they did that for a while, and people were complaining or something. Couple 3 years ago, that came about. So you have to wait till we actually start the net and then get on the list. So, but I did call you because I knew you were there at some point. I thought maybe you doubled because I had a few doubles at the beginning of the list, so I called you a couple times, but you didn't answer. So, yeah, I assumed you went to supper or something. So, very good, Al. Thanks for checking in. You have a good one. Let's go to Henry, W2QF, N1EP, comment. W2QF, N1EP. Well, here's somebody counting and testing. Okay, this is N1EP with a Seagull net. Last call before we secure the net. Well, I want to thank everybody for checking in. 32 stations, including myself, 3 people in traffic. And we went overtime by 15 minutes. So don't forget to come in here tomorrow, Thursday, at 16:30 hours, and K1GUP will be net control. 7-3 all net is secure, N1EP is clear. There's no